And I'm rolling.
Okay. When I first set eyes on Pam, I knew she was someone I wanted to know much better. Framed in the doorway, the rest of the room disappeared from my view. Her smile, her hair, everything about her at that moment. I know now it was what was always going to tug at my embryonic gayness. I had no words or experience to attach it to then. But I know with hindsight, so much of my life before had been leading me to that life-changing, wondrous moment. She was the one, and my challenge began for me, for her, for us. I use the word challenge because so much of those early years together were just that, from family, from friends, from work, but mostly from society. And that is still the case for so many. In my head, and I don't know what you think, it's sort of punctuating along, saying things like, when she went into hospital in 2002, it was, are you relation? No. But I am next of kin. Yeah, but are you relation? No. So you have to go. And Pam was pleading for me to stay. My neighbour from across the road who was bereaved and came and had a coffee with me because she felt I could give her that empathy, and I was probably the only person, well, she actually said, the only person who could do that for her, who really truly understood, and told me the story of the fact that not long after her husband died, the GP phoned to see if she was okay. And obviously I thought that's wonderful. And then later on I got to thinking, well, that's interesting. She didn't phone me when Pam died, and she was my GP too. You do begin to wonder if your relationship, if your marriage has the same significance.
I pressed the wrong button.
I thought you were giving me the silent treatment. It's your Uber calling.
Oh, jolly good. Okay,
Yes,
I'll be ready.
Mal's a very good friend of hers. When Pam was particularly ill and during lockdown, she was in our bubble. But that she was the only other person other than those people who were coming into the house. So it's a very delicate one for her, because what she then said was, well, I don't think about Pam and the gayness. And I said, I know, but that's the whole point. What we're trying to say is, you shouldn't. It's not about acceptance, it's about just acknowledging it, and that it does have a relevance. And I said to her, for example, how would you feel as you're getting older if you had to think, if I end up in a care home, can I put pictures of Pam and I on the wall? Do I mention her? Do I mention my life? 40 years, maybe 50 years of my life could disappear at the very time when maybe it's nice to reminisce and to think back. We were in Switzerland, I think we just got into Switzerland, and there's a Vespa, and it was a red Vespa. We said, I said, Pam, you've got to go and stand next to that. And that's the picture, that we were saying just now of her writing on it. She has no idea who that woman is.
In the stripy top?
Mm-hmm. I'm slightly worried about how she's looking at her.
She was a very kind and amusing person, wasn't she?
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah. A bit wacky.
Yeah. I think I like wacky people. I think I like wacky people.
Yeah.
As you become more and more ill, the fact that you've had a life, the fact that you are a whole person, it's almost synonymous with age as well. In some ways, there's a tendency to forget that this person is elderly in your eyes, but actually they have lived a life. The last thing you need when you're in that situation, end of life or any sort of care, is somebody who doesn't understand utterly where you are coming from. In the same way that it's infinitely preferable that every ethnic group has some kind of place that they feel comfortable as they get older, I think it's the same with sexuality as well. I mean, I know it's a pie in the sky dream, but if it's possible, that there should at least be someone who is part of that staff who is consciously there because they will understand what it's like to be in a particular ethnic group or to be a minority group, and that includes us. And maybe it calls for a pool of people so that when you do get a trans person, and as inevitably you're going to, that you can call upon that person and say, look, I need this person for X amount of months or whatever to be here. I mean, it would change the whole face of engaging labour, but, maybe it should, because we shouldn't be having this conversation, really. But it's bad enough we're going to have things to worry about ultimately, but it shouldn't be that.